Doesn't matter what kind of animal it is. Animals, like people, have hips, a chest, and a head. If you've got a little tiny animal like a chipmunk, you still have the hips, the chest, and the head. But they're in different sizes. You got something like a giraffe. This guy is way out of proportion. His hips are much smaller than his chest, and then this tiny head way on the end of that neck. And those legs are amazing. Even if you have a gigantic animal, the largest land mammal that we have, you've got hips and a chest and his head. So we have to look at those parts and get them to be proportionate, which means, you know, how big are they compared to the other parts to get your animal to look right. Here's our horse. I'm going to put this down here. And I've got a piece of an overlay on it. So we're going to make the shapes very, very simple. Keep it simple. When you look at the hips, and the hips are the most powerful part of an animal because he's going to drive himself forward using those hips and those legs. That will be the largest of our shapes. His chest supplies the blood and the energy to drive those hips because he's got the lungs and his heart in there. And that's the second largest shape. And then his head, sorry, most of our heads are small because all they contain is the brain. And that will be the smallest part. So after that, you only have to connect the parts and pieces, and you'll get a good, solid, consistent body proportions. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a practice drawing of our little bunny rabbit here. He's a little different than the other animals that we were looking at, and what I'm going to show you to do is on your piece of paper in your drawing book, you use one of your pencils. It really doesn't matter right now because this is just a practice drawing. I'm going to use my layout pencil because I like the nice dark line. And I've got my handy eraser in case I make some mistakes. I'm going to look at my bunny. I need to find the hips. Now, a bunny or a rabbit has powerful hips in order to drive those huge legs forward and hop through the air. His chest is much smaller, and then he's got a pretty good size head. So on my paper, I'm going to look at my bunny. I'm going to find those hips right here. That's going to be my largest circle. I'm going to find his chest. He's kind of hunched over, so his chest is right here. And those shapes are going to overlap. And then his head, right here. Large, medium, small. And then you're just going to start to connect them. His head is connected to his back of his chest. Curve down. I don't want to follow the circle I made. Those were just guidelines. Curve down here. Now his hip, because of his leg is bent like that, it's going to come around like this. And then you've got that foot attached to it, which is an oval. You're looking for simple shapes. His head is also an oval. He's got on there, his little paw down here would be an oval. Right here in the snow, he's got his little oval tail. Those nice long ears are kind of oval shape. And those beautiful eyes look like big footballs. And then let's give him a little nose. So basically that's your rabbit. You start with the large circle for hips, a medium circle for his chest, a smaller circle for his legs. Then you're going to connect the head to the chest, to the hips, round here for the rest of his leg, his foot, which is an oval. Continue to finish up his head, connect that to his chest. Add those big ears. Add some details now. Huge dark eyes. A little nose. Some toes. I'm going to add some background. So I want you to take some time. I want you to try and practice one of these. Your little rabbit on your own, in your own book, and see what you